Hello and welcome to Sky247.net present Not Just Cricket. Obviously blabbering because the game was certainly nail biting. As you all know, Gujarat has won the game by 5 wickets. Welcome back, gentlemen. Great to have you over here, Wasim and Niall. Wasim, tell me how you feel. I mean, I think the view was Lucknow was going to win, right? That is what you did predict. You said, I think Lucknow is going to win. And I'm a Gujarati, so I have to say I'm very happy that Gujarat has won. Tell me your thoughts.
I think, first of all, it was probably Lucknow's game to win, even though, the position they were in, Karishma, 32 for 4 in the power play, and from then on to go on and get 150 plus, I think was a great achievement. Deepak Hooda, really happy for him. Uh, Even Ayush Badoni playing his first game, outstanding talent. First IPA, I mean, T20 tournament. He just played one Syed Mushtaq Ali game. That shows the kind of talent that we have. Uh, and after that, I feel uh, KL made a mistake of probably. I mean, at one stage it did look like Lucknow, had the game in the hand, and he got a little bit of calculation wrong, probably with 4 overs of Avesh Khan and Chamira left, and he gives the ball to uh, uh, sorry, I'm forgetting the name,
Deepak Huda.
Deepak Huda,
Yeah.
and then even Ravi Bishnoi, for that matter. And then Chamira has been under bowled by 1 over. So he just got a bit of calculation wrong. And I think that was probably had caused them the game. Had Deepak Huda not bowled that over and Bishnoi bowled that over and 4 overs of Chamira and Avesh Khan, things would have been different. With
Yeah, there
pace,
was 22 runs in that over, like you were saying.
yeah, with little bit of pace, I feel would have made things difficult for Tewatia to go like that.
Niall, what would you like to say? What would you like to add on to this? What went wrong and what went right? This is cricket. Anything can happen. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I'm 1 from 1. What a start! I went for Gujarat, so I'm absolutely chuffed to bits. Always nice, like when you're batting, nice to get off the mark first time. So, well played, Gujarat. But what Wazim said, you cannot have your overseas, your best bowler, Chamira, not bowling 4 overs. He was exceptional in his first couple of overs, bowling some real pace. I actually think both captains didn't have a great game. I think they both made a couple of mistakes. But for Gujarat getting the win, they were chasing a below par total. I was actually at the stadium watching it. The pitch, it wasn't a belting pitch. It wasn't an amazing pitch, but it certainly was. It was they needed probably another 10 or 15. Saying that, I like the way Lucknow they fought so hard. They scrapped, and that's what we expect with Andy Flower. But they just didn't have enough runs on the board. And actually, the batting lineup for Gujarat, they batted quite deep. They saved Miller. They held Miller back a little bit. There was a huge surprise at the ground when Hardik walked out of bat at number 4. There was a lot of shocked faces, and I wasn't expecting that. But I thought he played brilliantly. I thought Hardik
Yeah.
Pandya. I don't think anyone's got a bat as good as him in India because the ball was flying off the middle of his bat. So all in all, I think both sides a bit of work to be done, a bit rusty, a bit nervous, but all important
Yeah.
2 points. Gujarat.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the match summary. Wasim, if you can take us through the match summary, please.
Well, like I said, Karishma, I think Lucknow did made a lovely game out of it. With they were way behind when the game started. They were 32 for 4 at the power play. When you have a situation like that, when you're 4 down in the power play, most times you are way behind the game. And I feel the way Deepak Huda has batted, and when you get an innings like that, I mean, you get appreciated a lot more. Deepak Huda needed that kind of a knock. When teams are 30 for 4 and you get 50 or 60 and put up a decent total. So wonderful achievement from them. I thought Gujarat bowlers bowled really, really well. But in the end, I feel Gujarat Titans just managed to, clinch that victory. I thought Lucknow had the game in the hand, but Rahul Tewatia played a blind. He just pulled the game out of nowhere.
Absolutely. I mean, he's definitely a specialist finisher, totally worth the 9 CR that he was given. Let's talk about Tewatia, because it was definitely a game changer. Niall, let's ask you, what did you think of his marvelous performance?
Yeah, played nicely, 14 not out, and got the team over the line. That's what you want from you call it the engine room, your batters who bat at number kind of 5, 6, 7. And it's probably the most difficult place to bat in the T20 fixture, because you have to pretty much go from ball one, 2 6s, 5 4s, plenty of boundaries, and a strike rate of 166. And he had to go because David Miller actually wasn't really getting going at the other end. David Miller was just giving him the strike back. So it's a nice knock, a really good start for Rahul Tewatia. We've seen him do it before, but he's just batting in that pivotal position in that middle order. And he can get his team out of trouble. He can get him over the line, and he can put the icing on the cake. So he's a fine player. And I thought Gujarat, they played a pretty good game tonight, I must say, having been at the stadium and watched it. They just had a little bit more, I would say, spark about them. They had a little bit more vigor. They actually had a bit more energy. When I'm sitting in the stands, I'm watching the whole contest. I'm not just watching the bowlers and batters. I'm watching the fielders. And I must say, Krunal Pandya, he had a cracking game. He led that team in the field. Krunal Pandya, this is not Hardik. He was the instrumental, the voice, the cheerleader for the side, both with bats. He played well at the back end. Krunal Pandya, a really, really good knock, bowled well. And the two guys who got 50s obviously played beautifully. So this is obviously Krunal. I just think this guy is such a good cricketer. 21 not out.
Yeah.
Has an ability to hit Yorkers for boundaries, which is very difficult. Even tonight, a couple of bowlers got some good Yorkers in, and he pumped them down the ground. Economical. There wasn't much turn on the surface, but ever so accurate, and an economy rate of 4.25. Marvelous, absolutely marvelous by Krunal Pandya.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't afraid to slide the ball. I mean, today I think would have to. It was out of both the brothers. I can't make a decision, but a marvelous performance. Nonetheless, I mean, that's all my producers telling me. Krunal. So we have to talk a bit about Krunal.
Oh, yeah, I think Niall has put it really nicely. I mean, whatever opportunity that he got, to bat in the late overs, I think he did a fine job getting that 20 odd, getting them to a decent score, and then the way he bowled, 4 overs for 17 for 1. I think he did a fine job. Even when the left-handers were on strike, it was difficult to get him away. So that is pretty creditable. He again, like Hardik, hasn't played a lot of cricket coming in to this game, so a lot of credit to him for putting up a really good show.
Absolutely, and he didn't even celebrate. What a lovely, modest person, to be honest. I mean, that was quite heartfelt.
Yeah, I mean, when two brothers, when two brothers are playing, there are a lot of emotions involved, so you can understand that. Even for that matter, Hardik, the way he was batting, he was probably 20 odd in the first 10 balls, but then after that he got stuck when Krunal came into bowl. He just got one in the next 10 balls, so gave a lot of respect. I think he should have just kept on the momentum going. But yeah, when brothers are playing, no matter what you say, no matter how fierce the competition is, there's always emotions involved.
Absolutely. I mean, all heart. Let's talk about Mohammed Shami, please. Great opening spell by Shami. Niall, do you want to talk about Mohammed Shami's wonderful opening spell?
Yeah, beautiful bowler. I spoke about him before the match. I just think he's just skillful is one thing. He gets the ball in the right area. He's got enough pace. He's not express. But the 3 wickets, he actually should have 4. Lockie Ferguson dropped one on the boundary, so he could easily have 4 for 20 probably, 3 for 25. And those 3 dismissals, almost test match bowling, if I may. Just good lines, good length. Let the pitch do a little bit off the surface either way. Just top class. I just think he's such a good exponent with the new ball. He bowled 3 up front. Don't be surprised if he bowls 4 up front some days when everything works for him. Wholehearted bowler, and obviously a fan's favourite. And I think he was a really good pickup in the auction. I think he's a really good buy.
I mean, he was unplayable at times with his late movement, right? So that was definitely something that I picked up on.
Yeah, I think when Shami is bowling with the new ball, when there's a little bit of help, he's a very difficult bowler to get away. He hits the test match length, and scoring is very very hard, and he just got it right. I mean, those 3 wicket up front was a quality delivery. Getting those three wickets at the start, just brings you in the game. So there's no denying that he's my man of the match, and I've actually put him as my guy to get that purple cap by the end of the season. So amazing, amazing performance from him.
That's a bold call, but I mean, best. Let's take a look at the social. So I know that we have to just take a look. This is from Harsha Bogle. So happy to see new talent coming through. How good was young Badoni? Said he couldn't sleep last night. This is what the hashtag Tata IPL does. Allow to meet opportunity. Very nicely said, indeed. Yeah, great. So that was from Harsha Bogle on tweet, and we have another one, I believe. Mohammed Kef on Mohammed Shami is easily the world's most underrated pacer. Bhai ko halke mein mat lena. Me and my wonderful Hindi, which is great. So there you go. We had one from Mohammed Kef and we had one from Harsha Bogle. Does he possess the best upright seam, according to you, Wasim?
Yeah, I think if you go around in the world cricket, he's probably the best guy who presents the seam like that. He's always, no matter at what time he's bowling, what format he's bowling, you can always see that upright seam. His wrist position is immaculate, and that is the reason why even if you give him a flat pitch, he's going to get something out of it because of that. Wonderful exponent of fast bowling. I feel he's not far behind one of the best bowlers. You name Pat Cummins, you name Jasprit Bumrah. I don't think Mohammed Shami is far behind in any of that list.
Okay. So Nail, I want to ask you about the Hooda and Badoni partnership, which happened. What did you think about that? What were your thoughts on their fabulous partnership?
Yeah, well, slow starters, wasn't it? They were in real trouble, and nothing was happening for 4 or 5 overs. Nothing was happening in the match. It was a bizarre kind of 10 or 15 minutes where the ball was just being patted back and no batter was taking any risk. And then Deepak Hooda said, enough's enough. I need to get going here. Really good partnership. And actually, I thought Hooda played a wonderful knock. They both played really well. Great partnership, 87. Strike rate's 127. It's not amazing. It's not out of this world. But in the context of the game, that was a really, really good strike rate. Hooda played really well. And they both played Rashid Khan very well, actually. First over two, they played a lot of sweep shots. And then they went a bit more straighter with a bit more slow sweep and down the ground. So actually, they nullified Rashid Khan pretty well. I know Rashid Khan got Deepak Hooda out in the end, but Rashid Khan didn't have much of an impact. And then as soon as Hooda got out, Ayush Badoni needed to step up, because he was going less than at that stage when Hooda was out. He was going run a ball, so then he had to pick it up. And then all of a sudden, he's small in stature, but he gives it a good thump. Especially, he likes to get over cow corner. And once he got going, I didn't think the bowlers bowled too well to him at the back end. Take nothing away. It was a really good knock. And actually, the ball he got out to was right in the arc to hit. He just sliced it. He came across it. He was gutted, but it was a really good knock. A young player, and as Harsha Bogle rightly mentioned in his tweet, that's what the tournament is all about. Young Indian talent. Forget the overseas players getting paid millions. They'll come and go. But this tournament is all about young Indian players and making India a stronger side. And this kid, lovely knock. And let's keep an eye on him as the tournament progresses.
Absolutely. Before I let you both go, because we've only got a couple of seconds, one word to Wasim for you for Hooda. One word that you would use today for his performance? What word would you use?
I think wonderful knock. There's no doubt about it. The reason Lucknow went so deep in the game because of his knock. The way he absorbed the pressure, and like Niall said, for that little period there was nothing happening, but he absorbed that pressure, and as soon as he saw that opportunity to score, he went berserk, and that's what it's all about. I mean, when you score runs when you are 20 for 4, 30 for 4, it gives you a lot of satisfaction. So
Well,
outstanding knock. Really feel happy for him.
We all love a bit of good cricket. So I'm also looking forward to tomorrow's game. We have Hyderabad versus Rajasthan. Just for our lovely viewers, just to let you know that the game does start at 7:30, but we have this show, our pre-show, at 6:45 at Indian Standard Time. So we would love for you to join us, and remember to ask all the questions. A quick couple of things about tomorrow's game, Hyderabad versus Rajasthan. Gentlemen, your thoughts? I'll start with you, Niall.
Well, yeah, obviously a lot of new faces in Hyderabad. Coaches have come and gone. Simon Kadich was there, and then he wasn't there as a batting coach. Tom Moody is at the helm again as head coach. They've lost a lot of players, haven't they? So let's see how they go. I like Rajasthan. I think Rajasthan done some good business. Joss Butler, the word on the street, Joss Butler is right up for this tournament. He's had a bit of a break after a disastrous time down in Australia with England at the Ashes. So I'm expecting a fiery Rajasthan performance.
And Wasim G.
Interesting game. Like Niall said, it's a bit weird kind of franchise, Sunrisers. But I like the look of their pace attack. I think it's one of the best pace attack they've got. They've got Marco Janssen, Natarajan, Bhuvi, Umran Malik. They all bring something different to the table, but they've lost some really, really important players. So interesting to see their new recruits, how they do. I mean, Nicholas Puran, Aidan Markram, it a lot depends. If they put up a good score, I'm expecting Nicholas Puran to have a very good season because he had a disastrous season last year. Talking about Rajasthan, I feel they've got one of the best bowling attack. I mean, all-round bowling attack. I feel they've got the best bowling attack with Ashwin, Yajwinder Chahal, Prasidh Krishna, Trent Bolt, and the batting they've got. I mean, they've got a little bit different team compared to Punjab, where Punjab has got so many all-rounders, but Rajasthan, they've got batters who can't bowl, but they're bowlers who can't bat. But I think all in all, they've got a very good team. So it's going to be interesting to see how both the teams go in their first game.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk about it more in depth tomorrow when we'll be back. Thank you so much for joining me, Niall and Wasim. It was great. Guys, we're going to be seeing you tomorrow on Sky247.net present Not Just Cricket. So we'll be back tomorrow. Take care, everyone, and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much.